Ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. Easy.
Oh, it's definitely worse on that side.
That's where you got yours and she's back for more. So it can't be that bad.
Absolutely brilliant though. I was googling last night how you make it a bit less painful.
Now that you've found Really?
On the internet, yeah.
Wow.
I know. It's sociable.
No, it's refreshing. I have a conversation with people and they're like, 2 seconds.
Actually, I'm a bit like that, but I'm not
Instagram's where it's at, is it?
No, I don't have Instagram.
You don't like Instagram? Why?
So I believe that when I was like 17 or something.
Wow. So you don't use social media much?
No. Or Twitter, I don't have Twitter. I think people think I'm fucking weird.
I have Twitter, but I only have Twitter because I found out that it is a very good way to actually reach the actual celebrities themselves, like tattooers or people in bands or whomever, and yeah, because it's their real, it's them, you know, which is a good, different for a change. And also, I follow people like Stephen Fry, who's really clever and he does something really good. Hey everybody, welcome to check this out. Now, this one is going to be a soundtrack. I'm going to do a soundtrack to arguably the best movie of its genre that's ever been made. It's one of my wife's favourite movies. It's one of my favourite movies. Let me see if that a bit low. Let me see what we get if I put it up here. Just shoot over my head. We'll try there. Yeah, so I'm just going to crack on with it. This is the soundtrack to The Lost Boys. That's the front. As always, I'll give you a close-up so you can see inside. This, I didn't have this. I only got this maybe 2 or 3 months ago, maybe four months ago. I ordered it a long time ago, but it's the blood red edition. And I don't know if, I think it was out on vinyl the first time, but this is a reissue. It was a worldwide reissue. So you can get this. I don't think it's super rare or anything. It might be, I don't think so. But it's just, that movie is, pardon me, it's a flawless movie. It's incredible. I don't know how many dogs across the world between when did it come out, 86, 88, whatever, to now have called their dog Nanook. But yeah, it's incredible. When I was, one of my friends, my childhood friends, Lee, I've not seen him for a while actually, but we're working on a leg sleeve for him, and it was 80s movies, and one of the ones we done was obviously The Lost Boys, and I've done, I'll try and find a picture of it, I'm sure I've got a picture somewhere, but it's a noodle packet, or a noodle, Chinese noodle thing with it's only noodles Michael, and you know, it's a flawless movie, and the soundtrack is absolutely outstanding. Now I think a lot of people know, oh, actually, I was going to say that the standout ones, but they're all, for me, and that's one of the reasons that I bought this, it's absolutely incredible. It's a flawless vinyl, flawless album. Cry Little Sister, big time, that got by Gerard McCann. Now, I urge you to listen to that song if you haven't heard it for a while. Cry Little Sister. It's awesome, it's haunting, and it's beautiful. Go on to Spotify or whatever and check out the rest of his music. It's fucking horrifying. It's so bad. It's absolute dog shit. But that song's great. Lost in the Shadows, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Laying Down the Law by NXS and Jimmy Barnes, Good Times, People Are Strange. Now that's my favourite version of it. The Doors done a good version, but the Echo and the Bunnyman version's better for me anyway. Cry Little Sister, Power Play, I Still Believe, Saxophone, greasy, sexy saxophone, Beauty Has Her Way, and To the Shock of Miss Louise. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say about it. It's just a great album that goes with one of my all-time favourite movies. Definitely the best vampire movie ever. I'm just going to say it, in my opinion, hands down. It's great. So I suggest you check out Lost Boys soundtrack. Peace. Another question was, if I could have any 3 people over for dinner, alive or dead, who would it be? Now, I thought long and hard about this, and I thought, should I give my reasons why? I probably will a little bit. If the person's is dead and in this fake world, I know I think about it too much, but hey, I've got OCD and I'm on the spectrum, so what can I say? I think about things all the time. If I choose somebody who's now currently passed away, and I'm theoretically imagining a dinner with them, have they been passed away and brought back for the dinner? So can we speak about, basically what I'm saying is, my first choice would be Scott from Frightened Rabbit. And then I thought, okay, we'd sit and talk about how many people across the world loved him and respected him and appreciated him and all that sort of stuff. And then I thought, in this world, would it be, you know, at this dinner table, would it be that person's been gone and we know, and he knows, or they know they've been gone, and I don't know. So I'm going to take it as, yeah, fuck it, why not? It's a theoretical thing. So one, I would definitely choose Scott from Frightened Rabbit. I think that it would be incredible for him to realise how much effect he had on people. And also, I just think we could catch up on some interesting fucking chat and finish some interesting conversations, you know? Some unfinished things, and just shoot the breeze about music and about Scottish history, and just, I think it would be great. I think we would have a really fucking good time. A really fun time. So yeah, number 1 would be Scott from Frightened Rabbit. Number 2 would be my grandmother. She's been dead for a long time. I'm ashamed to admit I don't know exactly how many years, but she's been dead for a long time. And the reason I would bring her back is because obviously I miss her. I would love to have one more day with her, but I'd love to see what she made about the whole pandemic thing. I know that sounds like a weird thing to say, but my grandmother lived through the war. She was a riveter in the war, so aeroplanes would come in and all shot to shit, and she would rivet fresh patches on. And you know, she had 7 kids. One of them died, my uncle. I never met him, obviously, but he had leukemia, and she had, I think, like a lot of women at that time, had quite a tough life. But I would just like to go through some stuff with her. Before she died, I had a dictaphone, and what I wanted to do was, because this is the thing with this Frightened Rabbit book, I've always written things down. I've always, like, I used to write poetry, I used to try and write books, I used to try and write little stories to go with my tattoo drawings. And I mean, I'm talking possibly 15 years my granny's been away, maybe even a little bit longer. In fact, yeah, maybe 15 years, 16 years. What I'll do is I'll ask my mum and I'll put it up here somewhere. But what I would like to do is bring her back, have a chat, and like I say, before she died, I was just starting with this dictaphone about her stories from the war. And we got a little bit done, and I was going to write a book about her stuff, but unfortunately she passed away. Subsequently, I was going to do another one with my uncle, who was a prison guard in Australia in the 70s. So I might still do that. I've still got some stuff, but that's a different story. So yeah, anyway, second one would be my grandmother, because I'd just like to see her again. I'd like to see what she makes about the state of the world. My grandmother, my mum and dad and my brother and I, and my wife as well, still do it to this day. Whenever my grandmother seen something or somebody she didn't like, she would just go, like that. And we still, every now and again, we'll still do that. Like, I'll say something to Sarah, or what about this such and such, and she'll just go, you know. And yeah, she would probably ask, what do you think? She would just, you know. But I would love to have one more day with my grandmother. I think that would be quite interesting. And the third one, I struggled with the third one. And if you'd asked me this 15, 20 years ago, Kurt Cobain 100%. And not that my music tastes really changed as such, but I don't know. I think, and it's probably because, like, again, if you'd asked me this maybe 6 weeks ago or whatever, I would have gave you a different answer. But I mentioned it in another video, and I'm not going to go into it too much just now because it's still ongoing. But I think I would have, and this is maybe a bit raw for certain people watching, I'm not going to go into it too much. But a friend of mine, a childhood friend who I've known since I was 12 or 13, was murdered a few weeks ago, a couple of weeks ago just, and yeah, we were super close. You know, and you might not, but in a group of people when you're young, there's always that one family who are clean, work hard, they've got good morals, they're a good family, but they're just that more liberal family, you know, where they'll maybe let you smoke weed in the bedroom, or they'll buy you a few, maybe a half bottle of vodka or something when you're 14 or 15, or I'm maybe not sounding it right, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you're going to think that this family were terrible, but they were not. You know, we used to sit in Craig's room and smoke weed and have a drink and just chilling, not getting up to anything. We weren't, but it was just the parents knew where we were. It was, you know, we used to sit and watch Nickelodeon, and you know, we just chilled, and yeah, some fucking cunt murdered him 2.5 weeks ago. And I used to, like, obviously you get older and you don't fall out, but you just lose touch a little bit, you know, and stayed in the same village. But Craig, I said this to you when I mentioned them before, I love Craig to death. Jean and Kenny, his mum and dad, were like second parents to me. They were incredible. They were incredible. If I wasn't in my house, I was at Craig's with Jean and Kenny, or I was at my friend Paul's with Sandy, his dad and his mum. And yeah, they were just lovely, lovely people. And you know, you get older and you don't lose contact, but you just don't see people as often. But Craig, like I said, if there was 3 ways on the left that were going to cause masses of fucking trouble, like no burglary or nothing bad, no criminal stuff, but stupid ideas, you know? 3 on the left and 1 big flashing fucking green okay way on the right. Craig would probably choose all 3 of the left, you know? He was just that way. He didn't do himself a lot of favours a lot of the time. But I would definitely bring Craig back for a day, and we could sit and have a meal, and he could have a doobie if he still smoked the doobies and whatnot, you know, and it would just be nice. But yeah, that would probably be my 3. Scott from Frightened Rabbit, my grandmother, and a childhood friend Craig. So yeah, that's the 3.